The book I've written, A Path of the Jungle, is trying to be a very practical manual. And I go through this in detail. And one of the things I've done there, which a lot of people have got back to me, so I'm glad I put it in, was whenever something goes wrong, it's not what you want or it's not what you expect, the chimp kicks and you get an emotional reaction. I say immediately program yourself to say, okay, I've now got an emotional message. What's the plan? Because that what's the plan from the computer flicks you into human mode.
Nice.
And everybody says, that's so powerful.
That's good.
Something happens, I go, okay, what's the plan? And immediately I know, because you've shifted system, there's a calmness starts coming. Because the chimp's going, okay, I don't have to worry now. I've alerted and you're on the ball now. You're coming up with a plan. So it's something as simple as that you have to learn. Every time I get emotional, stop and say, okay, what's the plan? Being emotional isn't going to help. So that's the kind of stuff which it may not resonate with everyone. And I've tried to put a lot in the book that people in the past when I've worked said, that resonates with me.
Yeah.
You know?
That's really good. What's the plan? Because I guess the chimp is the warning system, but it's not the planning system.
Exactly.
The human is the planning system.
Exactly. And people engage with the emotion. I keep saying, that's not what it's there for.
Yeah.
So if you get anxious, go, thank you. Thank the chimp. You've got me anxious. Let me work the plan out. Let's get a solution. Let's see what it is. And sometimes the plan may not solve the solution. So I'll go back to relationships because it's a big one in most people's lives. And let's say that the relationship's going wrong and it's something you don't want to go wrong. And you get very emotional as this person says, look, I'm sorry, but I think this is the end of the line. And your emotions go and you say, what's the plan? And you think, well, there isn't a plan because it is the end of the line. Well, there is a plan. The plan is to say, for example, it may not resonate with everyone. This happens to lots of people. We do get over it. Yes, we could even be emotionally scarred, but life will go on. Nearly everybody finds somebody else, if that's what you want, and life will continue. If you have that in your head and say it will take around 3 months on average, you'll go through a lot of emotions, but you will come out the other side. So take a deep breath. You've got 3 months of a rough and tumble coming. For someone to have that as the plan is a good plan because you're saying, I'm accepting. I've got to go through it. So taking a much more dramatic example, and everyone's different in how they approach it. My approach, as I said, psychiatry is not a happy world. So I deal with, unfortunately, from time to time, parents who've lost a child. They died in their sleep or an accident. And this is tragic. I cannot change that, and they can't change. We all know that. And then to say, what's the plan, would be a little bit unkind. Instead, you've got to work through, but I'd explain, we're going to go through grief. Not everyone would agree with me. I say to them, you won't recover. I don't think you recover. And you won't even come to terms with it. What you'll do is you'll manage the system, but you'll have some good days in the future and you'll have some terrible days. We're going to learn how to manage them. And things will get better, but you will be scarred. And I found that's really helpful to people because it's reality. So there you've got what's the plan, but it's done in a much gentler way. Because obviously you can imagine emotional distress is just incredibly painful.
And then it doesn't set up like a false expectation or a hope in their mind of like they're going to be completely back to normal. And so just saying that, hey, that's never going to happen, but let's figure out a way to manage this.
And to the lesser, though, obviously really painful extent, a broken relationship. Well, that can be a loss of a job. It can be where you didn't want to leave a job, but there's a bully in the company or you just can't tolerate it anymore. And you go through a grief reaction. You think your identity might go. There's a lot of areas where I'd give a lot of TLC, but also, a little bit of, right, come on, we still need a plan. But that plan can be that, how do I deal with the feelings of loss? How do I deal with the really bad emotions I'm experiencing? It doesn't mean let's be positive. I'm not a keen fan of that, if I'm honest.
No, you're not.
I'm a keen fan of let's use reality. And reality can be positive. But reality is sometimes you can't be positive. There is a negative. There's nothing good about something which, is a devastation to you. I don't think that's helpful to say that. I think the answer is sometimes we get scarred.
Hey friends, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this clip, then click here for the full unedited episode. And if you like that, then do please consider subscribing to the channel. It means a lot. Thank you so much and have a great day. Bye-bye.